What's up, everybody? Welcome to Under the Arch Sports. I'm Eric Hobbs, and today we're going to talk about the massacre in Manhattan. Mizzou got crushed by Kansas State, 40-12. Before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. Thank you, guys. We hit that 1,000 subscriber mark, so thank you. Anyway, Mizzou, took the opening drive, went down, got a field goal, thought, okay, all right, Mizzou looks like they're ready to play. They were not. After that, it was just total domination. I think I want to start with the defense and just say that the first drive or two, they didn't quite look ready, but they got their footing. And at the end of the day, Kansas State had less than 336. They had less than 350 yards of offense. 336, I think, is the number. You look at Adrian Martinez, 9 out of 20 passing for right at 100 yards. That's a dream scenario. You tell someone Adrian Martinez is going to have those numbers. K-State less than 350 yards of offense. They had like 7 penalties. They had a turnover. You're going to feel good. The defense, they did all they could. The offense just left them hanging out to dry with just interception after interception, which I'll talk about in a second here. They can only do so much when they are constantly being put in an awful situation and they are put right back on the field with no rest, really. You can only expect so much. So 40 points, a little bit misleading. You had, aside from the defense just being put in a terrible situation with really no chance for success. So defense, they're not as good as they looked against Louisiana Tech, but I think this defensive unit, is better than they were a year ago. I think they're going to, for the most part, give Mizzou a chance. The same cannot be said for the offense. The offense against Kansas State was a complete joke. The early complaint was how the play calling was terrible, too conservative, need to take shots down the field, all that. Now we know why Drake is calling the game the way he is. He does not have a quarterback that, one, he trusts, and secondly, he doesn't have a quarterback capable of consistently throwing the football down the football field. It's ridiculous. They got down. They got down, and then Drake really had no choice but to try and open it up. So Brady Cook's first real shot downfield was a home run ball to Luther Burden. Burden had 2 steps on his guy, and with any sort of decently thrown ball, it was a touchdown. But he threw it almost 5 yards past Luther Burden, which that's really, really bad. Just not a competitive throw from a Power 5 quarterback. You know what? With that play in mind, the next shot Brady Cook took was horribly underthrown. Again, Dominic Lovett going down on a deep seam route, post route, whatever you want to call it. He was gone if the ball was there. But this time, it was underthrown, and it got picked off. Brady Cook did have the one that he dropped in to Dominic Lovett right on the sideline. And that was a nice play. But honestly, that's the exception, not the rule. You need to have a quarterback that you feel confident can accomplish a throw like that. And instead of expecting it, you're kind of crossing your fingers and hoping for the best whenever Mizzou throws the ball more than 15 yards down the field. That's not good enough. In the post-game press conference, Coach Drinkwitz said, he kind of played it off as, well, Brady Cook was pretty banged up. Want to get him a rest, see what Jack Abraham could do. He looked just as hopeless. He tried to throw just 5 yards or whatever it was to Nathaniel Pete and just lasered it right off of his shoulder for another interception, and then threw it just hopelessly down the field to no one in particular for the 4th and final interception. 4 out of 5 throws were intercepted, I think it was. 4 straight drives. That is maybe the worst quarterback play I've ever seen from a Power 5 college football team. Plenty of evidence now to see why Coach Drink went with bringing in every transfer he could, trying to get somebody from the transfer portal. And given what we've seen out of Jack Abraham, and knowing that he's the best that Drink could bring in, but he beat out Sam Horn and Tyler Macon, that's terrifying. I mean, Brady Cook is this bad, and he went out and won the quarterback job that quickly. That is a problem and a complete failure on Eli Drinkwitz's part to have a competent quarterback. It's incredible. And now, looking back at 2021, I think it's a little more evident why he kept trotting Connor Bazelak out there when he could barely walk, because the quarterbacks left are just atrocious. Brady Cook, Jack Abraham, they are atrocious. They do not belong starting in a Power 5 college football team, but because of Eli Drinkwitz's failure to get a competent quarterback, here we are. And yeah, I picked this team to go 8-4, and I thought at the time, yeah, I might be a little optimistic. I think 6-6, maybe 7-5. This team's ceiling is 5-7. That's how I feel right now. I don't see a way. Right now, there's no wins on the schedule except Abilene Christian, New Mexico State, and Vandy. And Vandy doesn't even look like a sure thing right now. After that, find me another win in SEC play. Honestly, with this offense, find me one. It's a tough ask. So, the honeymoon is over. That's goes without question. I think that happened last year. But in my opinion, Coach Drink's seat is officially the first tick of being warm. It's not like Scott Frost level hot seat by any means, but he's feeling it. I think he's going to be feeling a tiny bit of heat for his job, because this is a pathetic, just disgrace of a performance. The team was wholly unprepared. You're talking about a team that gives up a touchdown, extra point, they go to break, come back, do the kickoff, go to TV break, back-to-back TV timeouts, and then they have to call a timeout before their first play because they're not ready. On 4th and more than 10, 4th and 12, whatever it was, you have to call a timeout or take a delay of game penalty rather, because you don't know what you're doing. They did something a little different, but it shouldn't matter. You're punting. It's a joke. That plays like that are pathetic. And then you look at a weather delay when things have already been going terribly, and Mizzou comes out and 3rd and 13, clear lack of trust there. Instead of, all right, we're going to take a shot and at least try to get a first down, get some momentum going here. No, it's a Brady Cook keeper because complete lack of trust. And then a punt return for a touchdown. That is lack of focus, lack of execution, lack of everything resembling competence. And it's on Coach Drink. This is a complete failure and an unacceptable performance all the way around. And it starts with Coach Drink. So I am starting to lose patience for anything resembling progress. This was not that far from being a Tennessee or Texas A&M game from last season in terms of falling flat on your face. The defense is the only reason it's not at that level, because they showed heart and they at least showed progress in terms of figuring things out, and they look better. But offensively, man, it's going to be a long season if they don't figure things out very fast. Once again, Mizzou crushed 40-12. That's all I've got for this video. Keep it tuned here for hopefully happier news regarding the Cardinals and their end of the season run here looking to October, as well as Blues hockey coming. Thanks for checking out this video. Hope to see you next time.